Welcome back, channel subscribers. You'll see I'm on my favourite topic again, silver. This is the granddaddy of my collection, a 1 kilo bar. Just wish I had more of them. One of the best investments I've ever made. I bought this for under $600 and could quite easily dispose of it now at about a year later for $850. That's a great return on investment. Certainly better than if I'd had the money in the bank. In terms of US dollars, it's even done better. It's probably doubled in value since I've held it. And the only problem I have is I want more. It's got the peppermint seal on, and it's a 1 kilo bar, and they're quite small for a kilo, but when you hold them, they feel heavy for the size. Very dense metal, obviously. While we're having a look at that, I'll just tell you a few facts about silver. 1/3 of silver actually comes from silver mines. 2/3 of silver comes from zinc, lead, copper and gold mines as byproduct. So if Lincoln Z or copper go down in production, or there's factors that affect them, the price of silver can be hit because the production of silver will go down. See, this is a poured bar. If you want to know the top countries for producing silver, the top one at the moment is Peru at about 118 million ounces of silver. Mexico at 96 million ounces. China at 83. Chile at 64. Australia at about 57 million ounces. And Poland, of all places, at 41. Though 90% of that silver comes from just one copper mine. So you can imagine that if any of these countries like Poland had a strike, or Peru or Mexico had some sort of civil unrest, or China had some trade restriction on it, suddenly the price of silver can be affected in a very big way. So I suggest to people, when they're looking at fundamentals, you keep a close eye on what happens at some of these big silver mines or some of these big silver producing countries. If there's any civil unrest or revolutions or that type of thing that often strike in different parts of the world, just be aware, because that could drastically alter the price of silver. Also strikes at a mine or any industrial action. I think we're going to have more problems as we world continues to face issues, re-inflation. There's a peppermint bar. That's 1 kilo, incredibly heavy. You can see I don't want to get my hand on it, so I've got the huge sock glove, but it serves the purpose well. And best investment I ever made. Only problem is I don't have more of them. I'd love to have more. This is a granddaddy of my collection, and it's lonely. It wants some companions, but I'm no rich man, so it's a case of saving up when you can and buying some. And of course, like most silver buyers, you're sitting here hoping for a pullback, but it'll probably won't come. Silver's just going to continue this market up. See, some people are predicting it'll go back to $16 next year, but we'll just see. As I said, be aware of factors that may have a play on it, such as strikes at big mines, and even lack of investment. There's a mine in Queensland called Texas Mines out at Texas that they've got silver there, but they just don't have the funding to start the mine. The first lot of shareholders they've gone bankrupt, so they want to get some more shareholders and do it again, but this is what's inhibiting silver production, lack of available resources. Silver production has gone up, but it tends to be leveling off at the moment after a big peak in 2008, 2009. One of the things people say is, its biggest use was in photography, and since the digital photography revolution, that's since died, and that's not in demand. But there are things that silver is going to be hugely in demand in, solar panels, as I've mentioned once before. Makes up 90% of the paste used in solar panels. But I think the really big field that we're talking about is nanotechnology, because it's a really good conductor of electricity, and nanotechnology is going to want the very best use of materials possible, because you're dealing with something very small. Silver's going to be the number one in that, I believe. Nanotechnology, silver and gold will want to be used in that. Gold's probably too expensive, so they'll go for silver. And biomedicine, silver's an antibacterial, and it's just going to become huge. It's already used in some bandages, burn paste, lots of other things. It's just an incredible metal, and it's going to be in more and more demands. So, if you can get your hands on some, put it aside and hold it. As I say, worst case scenario, it's likely to be a good hedge over inflation. Over the long term, I don't see silver doing worse than inflation. It's going to be a hedge against inflation. It's going to protect your purchasing power. But there is a possibility, as new technology comes along, as silver runs out, that it could just go spastic in relation to its value. In truth, it should be valued at least 1 to 15 in gold, but at the moment it's valued about 1 to 65, which is a gross undervaluation. That's my granddaddy, just shared it with you, a bit of a silver pawn, as they say. You can see, highly reflective. So it's a lovely metal to have. This is a hand-poured bar by the Perth Mint. Got the Perth Mint mark at the top. I'll have another look at that, see if I can focus it. Which is a swan. The Perth Mint written there. Australia. I presume it's made out of Australian silver. I don't presume they'd import it. I'm not sure what mines they get most of the silver from the Perth Mint. If anyone can tell me, that would be good. And 1 kilo, that would be hand stamped in 999 purity. So about as pure as you can get with silver. And that's nice. And hopefully, as I said, I'll get some company for it. And so I can do a large silver collection for you all one day and have it all spread out on the table looking impressive like so many other videos on YouTube. To those who have those collections, well done. Yeah, my congratulations. Try not to covet, but I do enjoy your videos of it. I hope you enjoyed that. For the more modest amongst us, hope this encourages you just to say, well, we've got to start somewhere. This is a good place to start. Please subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I'll have lots more. This channel will also have the odd travel thing, the odd whinge about the government or some policy, and the odd bit of financial reviews, books. Like I'll be reviewing some of Robert Kawasaki's books in future, maybe even his board game. I want to thank him for inspiring me to get more savvy about financial things. And to all those who are watching this video, enjoy.